Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make an anti-theft device for your lawnmower. The best and the quickest and the easiest way is to get into your relay, which is in this case is a solenoid, but it's a relay. And this is a 3-pole relay. So if you have a 4-pole, one of them is your negative and one of them your positive. And what you want is to go to the positive, okay? In my case, I'm going to use, because this is a 3-wire, we already know that this is the positive feed to your relay right there. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell you a little bit. All you have to do, because this have a hidden sleeve, if you know, if I'm gonna pull it out a little bit, see that's hidden sleeve. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut halfway through here, then I'm gonna insert my switch and I'm gonna leave it up here, because see that little switch, it says for LED light, so they're gonna think that's an LED light switch. So it'll be easier for me. What I'm gonna do is gonna press in and then turn this on. Okay, and then the thing will start. So I'm gonna need probably from here to up here, probably about 2 feet of wires, but I'm gonna use like 2.5, so that way I'll cut it if I have to up there, but I'll show you in a minute what you would use and what you would need. So that's about it. I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna show you the parts. Okay, so here's the parts that I'm gonna use. I already did advance already. I just connect these together and I use the shrink tube to shrink that. You can just, this is just a connector really, you can just solder on it if you want, or you can use those little connectors and add that to your switch. This is, I'm going to use a momentary switch, meaning I'm going to press it and then turn on the key and then let go of the key. Just an extra step. That way it will give them a whirl if they steal this tractor. You can use these to splice the connector together if you want. These little connectors right here. For my case, I'm gonna use the soldering because it will make my life a little easier than using these. I just hate cramping things. But for you, if you don't have the soldering stuff, you can just go this easy route. You can also use butt connectors. That would be another easy way too. You just need 2 butt connectors. That's it, and a switch and a wire. That's it. That's what basically this job is. I'm just making elaborate because I want it to look really good, and I want to, plus I want to give them a hell problem if they ever steal this thing. So it's gonna make them pull their head a little bit before they even start this mower. So anyway, but like I said, you can just use butt connectors and a simple switch and some wire. In my case, I believe it's like less than 2.5 feet of wire, but that's it. Anyway, I'm going to pause the video and we're going to go to the next. Okay, so I drill a hole right through there and I'm going to feed this through here. You're going to need some kind of electrical tape too to make things neat. What I'm going to do is go through there, go down to here, and I'm going to follow this wire because there's some stuff already, so I'm going to make it really neat. So it's going to go through here and then come out to here. And that's it. I'm going to pause to go to the next. Okay, so before I close all this up, that's what I did. I spliced the orange wire here. In this case, this is the orange and white. I added onto this end, onto the red, and then the other part here, I added onto the black. And then I have already put the switch here, my temporary switch, and then the wire just come through here, and just like I said before, just go through here and come back to there. And that's it. Now I like to use the marine heat shrink because then it has glue in it. It'll grab all those. So I'm gonna heat shrink all this, and I also made a better. I saw some corrosion on the old one, so I just put a new one here. I also soldered that too, and that's it. And that's all there is to it. Okay, so I completed everything. I put the wire, the positive wire. This is just a really low voltage to turn this on. That's all that is. So that's why we're using this here. Another option that you can go through, you can use your 20 amp fuse, but then if you use your fuse here, if you cut that, you would have to make sure to use a strong wire. I would say like 10 gauge wire, because you're going kind of distant, and when you're dealing with 12 volt, it's kind of like you lose the voltage as the further you go. It's not like electricity. At least electricity is a little bit better, but that's how that works. So this is why here it's actually the neg for the reverse. So that I'll cook that off afterward when I put the cover back. But that's it. I just ran from that. When I connect that, I just ran from that through here, and it come up through here, and it goes to the switch, and that's what it looks like right there. And that's it. But here's the thing, there's, like I said before, I use this because see how it says the light, so they think it's actually a light. But in order for this to work now, you have to press this first before you actually turn this on, in order for it to activate. And that's what we're doing. We're just killing the electricity. So by hiding it, like I said, I hid it in here and I duct taped it, not duct tape, but electrical tape it. So now it's all hidden. It's actually inside here now. So it'll give them a whirl to figure this one out. So that's what I did it for. But like I said, the switch is so it's so close to an area that they wouldn't think. And plus, like I said, there's a thing here that says there's a light here, so it's actually to turn on the light. They're thinking that's to turn on the headlights, you know, but that switch doesn't. So in the moment there, they wouldn't think of this, that they have to hold this in order for this to work, you know what I mean? And that's why I did it there. But for you, if you don't think that's the right spot, I would probably hide. If I have to, I would hide it like behind the seat somewhere here. So when I sit, I can press it on the other side, and then I turn the switch. That's another way to do that too. Or you can hide them underneath here, like drill a hole, put it on there, and press the button as you crank. Or in this case, turn on to start. But in the car world, they probably call it cranking. But as you crank the engine, you turn on. But that's about it on that. I mean, you can hide pretty much a lot of places. Also too, you don't have to get a red one. You can get a black one, and then they won't see that switch either. So that's another way to do things. But other than that, that's it. I just have to put this cover back on, and I am all set. But it took me I mean, I'm making a video at it, but if I have to, it'd probably take me less than 5 minutes to do this. Like I said, I like to use the what is it, marine, they have glue in them, marine shrink tube. That's pretty quick and easiest way to do things, because then you can just solder and then put those back. But that's just me. That's my preference. For you, you can just use duct tape if you want, or you can twist the wire and add them together if you want, because you know that's the only wire that you cut around here. So, but for me, I like to solder them to make them like really secure, and put marine on there, and put the marine shrink tube on, so that way the weather won't attack it. Like this right here, you can actually see. And if you look at it, see how the corrosion on there? Look at that. It's like all a bunch of corrosions. See that? I don't know, the camera's an idiot, don't want to focus. But that's how it is. It just get corroded, and I don't like it. So that's just my preference. Let me see. Yeah, here too. You see, pretty much corroded there too. And like I said, just my preference. But for you, you can do whatever. Like look at here. Even that screw is getting corroded. It's because it's aluminum. Any aluminum, you get corroded really easy through the rain and stuff. So for you, if you like what I do, like shrink tube, that's why I like shrink tube. But pretty much the same thing. Like a $5 package go a long way, and that's why I used them. But for you, you can use anything really. Twist the wire if you have to, as long as you get secure, good connection. I measured this before. It's like 0.8 of an amp for this to run to get it to connect together. So it's not much. But that's the solenoid, by the way. But solenoid, relay, a switch. And that's what that one is. It's basically a switch, a high voltage switch. But anyway, that's about it on this video.